On this episode of Inside the Blueprint, looking for surveillance solutions? Mobotix can help you keep an eye on things. Nobody designs windows and glass that are more resistant to ballistic wind and forced entry threats than InsulGuard security products. Need help getting your house in order? Rubbermaid has a full range of storage and cleaning products to help keep it organized. If you're subject to distractions and lack of privacy in your office space, SnapCab has developed a pod just for you. We're in San Diego, California, visiting Francis Parker School. Established in 1912, it's one of the premier day schools on the West Coast. Due to recent events on school grounds around the nation, Francis Parker chose to upgrade their security surveillance system by hiring an industry leader.
When I first came to campus 5 years ago, we had an outdated video surveillance system. It consisted of about 9 cameras, and that system was not functioning particularly well. When I looked at the different options that were available, all roads pointed only to the same manufacturer, and that was Mobotix.
Mobotix has always been a company before its time. We have about 300 employees globally that work for Mobotix, and we have evolved as a company based on the needs of the customers.
Mobotix has evolved through the years as an industry leader high-tech cybersecurity surveillance platform.
We like to say Mobotix isn't a camera, it's a computer with a lens. So we have many others like heat detection and sensors for movement, and those applications go far beyond the reach of just a surveillance camera.
George Honecker is a technical project engineer with Mobotix Corporation. He designed and customized the Mobotix security protocol for Francis Parker School.
You know, George, I'm really happy with all of the locations that we put these units. This does a good job picking up all of the kids as they walk by, and it also does a good job with the open parts of campus.
Yeah, so the fact that it's the hemispheric view, so you catch all the way from one hallway down to the next and everything in between, I think that really helps capture the whole image that we're looking for.
Since we are 22 acres and extending into a canyon, we are aware of the need to secure the campus from the canyon, and we understand we can do that through intrusion detection, which is a much more aesthetic option compared to putting up chain link fences.
Keeping an open space concept in the campus was a top priority for Francis Parker School. So Mobotix installed 44 surveillance IoT units that can detect motion and alert security within seconds.
If we're picking up activity on the campus after that academic day is ended, then we know that that is a true motion-triggered interaction.
These units also include an emergency button that immediately connects to first responders.
The duress button itself has the ability to make logic decisions that we've programmed into it to say what actions to take.
In case of emergency, it's important to have a strategy, and Mobotix can provide just that.
In the event that there is an incident and there's some sort of emergency and either a student or a staff member has a need to request for additional assistance, they can activate the duress button, in which case the very first step would be that the system itself would actually call out to a first responder or law enforcement and get them moving immediately so that they can be on site within the next 20 to 30 seconds. The next step would be that there is going to be a notification sent out to key members of the staff. They need to be notified regardless of where they're physically at, because they may not be at their desk at the time. So they receive email notifications and text messaging. Next step is that it actually ties into their phone system and their public announcement system to do a mass notification for the entire campus to give a unified message to everyone on the campus.
Humans can only do so much, and unfortunately we can't prevent tragedies completely, but there's technologies out there such as Mobotix that can help minimize damages and get preventative as far as seeing it before it becomes a tragedy.
Mobotix is not only an industry leader in surveillance, but it's also a decentralized system that allows cameras to run by themselves.
The biggest unique selling point of Mobotix is that we've been decentralized, meaning that when it comes to the camera, you really know the camera can run on itself depending on the application.
The total cost of ownership comes into play when you're talking about Mobotix. The fact that Mobotix draws so little power per device makes it more cost-effective in the long run.
You can install Mobotix in places that have low power and not the infrastructure to run CCTV lines. For example, we've got a camera up on Mount Everest for over 10 years, and it was still running. It was fail-safe.
Adapting to customer needs, Mobotix has become a leading innovator in network camera technology.
In terms of what's next for Mobotix, we're very excited about the future. We're embracing the IoT community, and we're getting into more behavioral applications that meets the challenges that we see around the world.
When the school thinks about our emergency procedures, one of the important things is just having a plan. With Mobotix specifically, we know that we have a partner.
What's our main goals? And I would say, as an industry, our main goals always is to make this world a safer place.
To learn more about Mobotix Corporation, go to their website, mobotix.com, or go to InsideTheBlueprint.com to see this portion of the show again.